Hello guys, so I'm gonna record it in English, so if you guys at least magic gonna be able to understand how I work. We built a system for the split screen thing, super experimental, super in the early version, but I think you guys will be able to do some stuff for the game mode. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how it work, what you need to configure, and why we also separated in like three parts about it. Okay, so first of all, make sure you have some controller connected. Like right now, my character is set to all. Okay, you see, I have two of them. I have one red, one blue. Okay, and having a controller connected is not always perfect the way the assign is working. So expect, like I said, it's experimental, so you're gonna have to mess a little bit around. But so far, it seemed to work on the side, and we're gonna improve the system on the fly. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is go to setting. At the very beginning, the game is set to control type all. You change it to keyboard, so this way you only have your keyboard working. Okay. What we have right now is I'm gonna show you something. Create blueprint. Control test. Okay. I still have a quest thing on me, so let me just remove it. I don't. Why do I have a gun? Okay, I'm gonna have to check why it's still working. But here, what you can do, you can go with on world keyboard press multiplayer. Okay, so this is a new node that's gonna allow you to have multiplayer on the same screen. Okay, so kind of a split screen game. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one here. On world you press, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go like pop up text here. Bang, bang, and I'm gonna retrieve the control index. Okay. So when I jump, whatever, okay, I'm gonna take my blueprint. I'm gonna go with lever. There we go. Set blueprint trigger. Okay. I seem to have a thing sign on me. Slash. I think there's something going on in my map. Okay, so we're gonna have to check on this. Unload map. I'm just gonna unload the map in case. Yeah, I still have it. Quest list. Oh, okay, that's my quest. Okay, there you go. So now I only have this one. So it's gonna be a little bit less confusing. Okay, so what the blueprint here does, as you can see, we have on wall key press multiplayer. And why this thing is multiplayer? Because you can control index depending of the multiple controller you have. Okay, so if I go here and you see right now I'm pressing space, I'm jumping. This is 0. If I'm going with my blue controller here, you see I have 3. And if I'm going with my red controller here, I have 1. Okay, I have somewhere on my computer probably controller 2, but I don't know where is it. I don't care. That's the thing that can happen also on your side. You might have a USB thing connected that can be declared as a controller, and you don't know that this is a controller. So that's the part where the system is going to be a bit messy. But like I say, it's experimental. Let's see how you guys are capable to do stuff in game mode with this, and we're gonna improve further with this kind of tool. Okay, so right now what I have is I'm able to define which controller is to which which ID is to which controller, and what I have here is I can see that I have number 3 for my blue magnet. Okay, so if I go here, now what I can do is I can create a new block. Okay, there is 3 parts to be able to create a minigame in split screen. Okay, the first part is you can create a controller kind of thing that is only assigned to your controller here. The second part is you can make this object be able to send position to the server. And the third part is you can assign an NPC to this position. Okay, so first part that we're gonna create is we're gonna create the controller thing. Here I have a block. Okay, keep in mind that since it's split screen, you could have two player, two client connected in the same map, and they will try to fight to have the position because it is client side. So you're gonna have to create some kind of client block or something like this if you really want to. But like I said, it's the beginning. Let's see how you go. I think you guys are gonna really like the system. So what you can do right now, it's coach. Open it. How do I write it? Wait a second. There you go. Couch player. So couch player here. Okay. You give the ID of the controller that you want. So right now what I want is I want to have my controller blue, which was number 3. Okay. Controlling this thing. So what is gonna happen now? It's gonna create the same controller that you are using as a character in the game. It's gonna create it inside this arrow, and everything that is inside the arrow is gonna be moved by this thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna create like a cube just so we can see what the hell is going on. I'm gonna make it smaller. I'm gonna just remove the UV. Okay, I'm gonna move it, put it inside this one. Okay, and let's just change the color so we can see it. Okay, vertex paint. Can you move it a bit? There you go. So this one is going to be red. Okay, so now we have this. I'm going to put it inside my block. Export this thing. There you go. Let's return back. Okay. So did it work? Just want to confirm that it worked. Cosplayer at 1. Here you go. Where's the cube? Why are my cubes not there? Okay, there we go. It's at 0, 0, but it should not be at 0, 0. It should start from the beginning. Oh, okay. I think I know why it does this, because I was already in the other map and I unload everything. Okay, so that's probably an issue we're gonna have to fix. But as you can see, what is gonna happen is your block is gonna have your character controller. That's gonna be this. This one is gonna be assigned to your controller, and it's gonna be part of the block. So if I reload here, and now I use my controller, make sure that you are with keyboard, otherwise you're gonna control everything. I'm gonna show you what happened. Okay, if I move this, I'm gonna move everything. Okay, that's not what we want. What we want is we want to make sure that my character is in the keyboard, and now this one here is gonna use the controller here. You see? So you have exactly the same controller that I have here. See, boing, 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 can move, and you can add. If you remember well, we have like the red controller here. If I click, I have 1. So I'm gonna do the same, but this one is gonna be the ID 1. Okay. Oops, sorry, my wire was stuck in the keyboard, and now I'm just gonna change the color. So we have both color here. Good. There you go. Export. Okay. I'm gonna reload. Technically now I should have. I don't know why I put red with blue, but now I have this one here that's moving, and I have this one here that is moving. Okay, so if you're making some kind of split screen multiplayer game that is only on the client, okay, you can use this. This at this current state the server doesn't understand what is going on. It's only on your client. Okay, so you have like your blue character with my red controller, and you have your red cube with the blue controller. I'm gonna change them. This is gonna make me crazy. And okay, so let me just go paint red, blue, and this one's gonna be so this way. I'm not gonna be confused. There you go. Okay. So now what can we do with this? Because this it can allow you to make an object move or do something like this. It's up to you. Okay, that's the reason why we split everything in different sections. So if you want to make this inside a regular object or do a little gimbal, whatever, you can do it. It's up to you. It's not perfect. It's very, very precise what it do, but for what we need is gonna be very helpful. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do, and that's a new tag that we created, send position. Okay, what send position does? Send position allow you to take the location of the object inside and broadcast it on the server. Okay, so you can name it the way you want. This is a ID. The first one here absolutely need to be a number because this is the ID of the controller. But send position, you can put whatever you want. For the moment, I'm just gonna name it the same, so it's gonna be a lot easier for me to remember. Okay, and here what I have is, oops, don't forget to move this. So send position and send position 3. Okay, so this thing here, I'm just gonna put lock 1, lock 2, so lock 3. It's gonna be easier. Okay, so this is gonna take whatever the location of this in the world and it's gonna send it to the server. So as a server, you're gonna be able to do some kind of stuff. This is the beginning of a new system. Right now you cannot do much, but maybe later you can read the position. Maybe later you can have access to this location. Right now you can only do the next step, and I'm gonna show you what it is. Okay, so export this thing. Let's reload. Okay. And now what it does is nothing has changed, but the server is now aware of the location of my cube. Okay. What we're gonna do? We're gonna go here, create blueprint. Okay. Oh, and by the way, make sure you have my version. That is the beta version. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. This thing is not out yet. Okay. Create blueprint, and then you go with assign NPC. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, when the NPC is gonna be loading, I'm gonna go with NPC override. It's override NPC controller. Okay. If you remember well, you can create like ores in the game, and what creating a ores or mounting NPC does is it take your character location and it kind of swipe them. Okay, so when you get into the ores, now you're moving kind of the ores, but you're still kind of moving your character. But the thing that we does is your character movement on the server has been assigned, the ores has been assigned to your location. Okay, so that's how we make like the mounting system working here. This thing is doing kind of a similar thing, but it's gonna take, instead of your character location, it's gonna take this new send location thing that we just created. Okay, so now we just broadcast the location of the thing, and what we ask is we say, okay, you're gonna go with, and keep in mind that you should have block load instead of, but I'm just gonna use load. I'm just gonna use entity finder because you need a user that's gonna define the location. Okay, because keep in mind we can be multiple user inside inside the same map. We all see our own split screen version because it's only client side. So if I am on my map, the blue thing is gonna be somewhere else. Okay, so you have to specific which user you want the to be the accurate block, whatever you're gonna use. Okay, so if I found, I'm gonna use this player. I have 100. I'm probably gonna have to put a team since I'm gonna put some NPC there. Okay, and which position that we're gonna allow the thing to work in. Okay, so I'm a bit lazy. I'm just gonna split my name of my NPC so I can put the value in there, but you guys can build whatever you want. So the name of the NPC is gonna go like this. I'm gonna split it there, split, split, split. So this is gonna be like the name of the NPC, and this way I can just have like, I mean I can just put it like this. It's confusing. I changed it for a reason. Okay, so the name of my NPC here, I have my blueprint. I'm getting this thing. I'm gonna do like slash NPC this. I'm gonna spawn center, and I'm gonna change the loki to lock 3. Okay, so this one, because I'm using the name of this, is gonna override NPC controller to this value here, okay, which is lock 1, lock 3. Okay, so I'm going back into the game, lock 3, there you go, and as you can see, instantly my NPC has been moved to this location because it's using the location of my character that my client is sending, and it's binding the NPC to this. So here I'm using like my blue controller, and as you can see, now I'm still moving the cube, but the difference now is that if we are multiple people on the server or other things, you have access to the location of the NPC. So I'm gonna be able to see the location of the NPC. So this thing now has become split screen client only. Now it's available like kind of multiplayer split screen. Okay, and also another advantage, because this is an NPC, you can literally have whatever you need with it. The NPC has health, the NPC has damage, NPC has thing, and you can even make him jump. Okay, which is the first in the game. You can make NPC jump. Okay, so and from now on you can also like create more stuff about it. Like you can go on world multiplayer key press. Okay, you can use the right now my NPC has luck tree, but I could go like I'm gonna have to split anyway. Split. Can I split it this way? I think it's gonna work, right? Boom. There you go. Index. No, if it's index 0. Let me just want to confirm, make sure everything is working. Single string. There you go. Go. Yeah. No. There you go. 3. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use the name of the NPC as my key press event. Okay. So now every time the interact button is going to be used on my controller that is assigned to this NPC, which is 3. Now it's going to do a pop-up thing. So let's give it a try. Okay, so let's press X, and you see now I have LOL. Okay, and if you want your NPC be able to interact on stuff, you can just build your own interact. It's going to be a lot of cheat like this, okay, but you can just like, you know, is it action? Oh man, there's so many nodes. Action. Why is everything action? Do menu action, do chat action, block change, execute. Thank you. Okay. So we have. I always have someone murmuring stuff in my head. It's okay. Some people have like murder stuff. Me, I'm just like, hey, it's execute action. It's not that bad, you know. So here, as you can see now, what I'm gonna do is if you press X with the controller, we can force the execute action. And if I go back here, like my trigger that I just created, I'm gonna put interact on it. On interact, so I can show you. There we go. Pop up text. Create. Hello world. This is gonna be hello world. Test, just in case. Okay, so this thing now, hello world test. And if I come back, reload my NPC, technically if I press X, it's not gonna work because it's only interacting, but I can go here, and it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Did I reload it? Oh, wait, okay, here's the thing. This is wrong. You cannot use the player that has interacted because this is me. What you want is you want the NPC being executing himself, okay? So that's a little mistake on my side. Yep. You just create an NPC being able to interact. You can jump. So if you're making your game and your stuff, you can literally like put a camera somewhere and have like all your NPC going on. If I come back here, remember we create one NPC. I'm gonna do NPC for this one here. If I click here, is it jump? Yes, 1. Okay. So we're gonna create the same NPC that I just created, but this time for 1. Boop, it assigned itself. And now let's place the camera as a split screen game. And I'm playing with controller red. I'm playing with controller blue. And this is how you can make a split screen. So, like I said, I made the tutorial in English, so Magic can follow too. But I'm pretty sure now this is gonna help you to get some stuff about it. And I'm just gonna show you like very quickly. If you need, you can go on the dev on type this command. It's gonna teleport you into the special dev. And if you go and team map 21, I think that's the map I was. I also build you some example. Like I have like the is it working? I think I disable it. I don't care. But if you go here, you see I also build like example of how to build a more key press, like even. So you can do the way that we did with the NPC, or you can literally build your own controller and have like create your own mini game with this. So if I go here, now I'm using this one. You see, I'm moving the chair with the D-pad here. Okay, so the advantage of the NPCs, you can use like the, the, the axis of the joystick. But if you just want to build your own, literally own controller, you see right now I just made a mini game where you can move and there's wall that you can set up and everything is just calculation. Okay, so I'm gonna open it so we'll be able to see. I'm gonna send you all but as you can see here, I set assembler ID on each of the chair, so you see like, hey, the chair is only listening to their own key press going on in the world. And what I does is if you put arrow right, I'm gonna move the object to this location. I go to my function, and now what I'm doing is I'm simply calculating the next available position. Okay, if get block, if the location has a sign ID set to 1, I'm just using alert because it's simpler for calculation and I don't need to do any execute node. But I'm using alert. If it's 0, I'm gonna move the character from 1 block. If it's 1, I'm gonna move the character from 0 block. It's a little cheat just to get it done. And then I add the location and I try to move the block with a tween animation there. Okay, so if you go here, you see I'm reloading the thing. This thing is still technically there. I'm just moving the tween animation. So you see, I managed to get on the block. So that was interesting because it's not supposed to open. I think I hit diagonal twice. Yeah, I think I'm not on stack. Is that possible? Okay, I'm gonna have to check this. I'm on stack. Shouldn't have. Anyway, so the thing is that's how I did it. Like get block. You see, you check the block, you get thing, and I was able to just create my own collision system and have like the tween animation moving and setting the block data and everything. Okay. So from now on, I know it's not like you cannot recreate like insane game like we do for regular game, but at least you have like all the tools that you need to create like very simple game, and from that on it's easier for us to just expand the tool, like, hey, what's working, what's not working, is this a feature that's worth a lot of development into it, because let's say it's very specific, like split screen only on one single computer, but I think it's a super cool tool and people can do like crazy stuff with it. So perfect. Yeah, so I hope it wrapped up a little bit how it worked, and if you have any other question, just let me know.